because that is also very important. कुछ MCQs वहाँ से भी pick होते हैं. Don't only think that the medicines that are in your syllabus questions will be asked from that. So when you are studying aphorisms, always keep in mind that these two kind of questions can be made. I'm going to tell you the preparation strategy for AIPGT 2023 exam so that you can start your preparation right away and is able to crack the exam without wasting any more year. And we are starting right now. Hello everyone, my name is Dr. Taha Khan. Welcome to my YouTube channel where I share with you clinic and exam related productivity tips and strategies. If this is your first time here, start now by subscribing and hit the bell icon so that you don't miss anything. The AIPGT 2022 exam is already over and those of you who have appeared in this exam must be waiting for your result. The results haven't been announced yet, or not at least at the time of recording this video, but it is expected to be announced soon. And I believe that result jo bhi ho, it will always be fair. Because if you have put in your effort, if you have done your preparation well, then it will get reflected in your result. Or the opposite is also true, that if you have not done your preparation well, या जितना effort डाल सकते थे, you have not done that, then that will also get reflected in the result. But nevertheless, the whole point of today's video is AIPGT 2023 preparation. And some of you are preparing for the next year. And some of you who have already appeared earlier, इनको past experience है AIPGT 21 का, 22 का, they will also be appearing in 23. But that is not important कि आप fresher हो या repeater हो. That is not important. What is important is the next 8 to 10 months. How you utilize your time, how you study, how you prioritize things, what strategy you follow, what coaching centers you are following, what books you are following, which MCQ books you are following, and these kind of things will decide कि आपका AIPGT 2023 कैसा जाएगा. So if you are a fresher, then don't think it that way कि जो repeater हैं they already have experience. Of course दोनों में कुछ pros है and कुछ cons है. ये 8 to 10 months है. This is the ultimate thing that is gonna decide, irrespective whether you are a fresher or whether you are a repeater, कि आपका AIPGT 2023 क्रैक होगा या नहीं होगा. And you already know from past experiences, at least I know, most of the freshers, they end up cracking these exams rather than repeaters. For AIPGT 2023, before you start your preparation, before I start telling you about strategies and how each subject कैसे पढ़ना है, मटीरियलिटी का कैसे पढ़ना है, ऑर्गेनल उसमें क्या टॉपिक्स इंपॉर्टेंट है, which I will be telling very briefly in this video. But before I move on to those stuffs, there are few things that I want you to keep in your mind. Number one is that you don't have to be a topper of your batch. It's not कि अगर BHMS में I did not do well in the university exams या मेरे honors नहीं आते थे subjects में, then this is an absolutely no indication कि ये exam मुझसे crack नहीं हो. What matters is your hard work. Now, of course, if you have been a brilliant student and did well in your entire 5.5 years of BHMS career, then of course those things will help you. But it is not an indication कि अगर मेरे BHMS में सारे subjects में honors आते थे और I used to score very well in BHMS university exams, then I'll be able to crack this exam easily. This is absolutely wrong. What matters is your hard work. What matters is how much effort you are willing to put in each and every single day, right from today, right from the beginning. Because you see, exam से एक महीना 2 महीना पहले, even the students who have completely wasted their time, who have not done their preparation well, even those kind of students 24 घंटा book लेके पढ़ते हैं. But what matters कि if you are willing to do that right from the start. And in these 8 to 12 months, there will be times when you will be feeling low. There will be times when you will be going through family issues. You will be having personal issues. And everything of these sorts will keep on happening in your life. But what is important is if you can keep fighting for these 8 to 12 months, in spite of all odds. And that will make you a worthy fighter. Point number 2 is you will need to study your entire 5 years of BHMS syllabus in the next 12 months. So strategy matters because earlier you have studied anatomy, say for example, you have studied anatomy for entire 1 year, but you cannot afford so much time to anatomy now. Anatomy max to max you will have to complete it within 1 month. So here strategy matters. What strategy you are following, what books you are following, what coaching you are following. The subjects are same, but now you have to study with a completely different orientation, and your syllabus that you will be completing now is more than your BHMS syllabus, because BHMS में we used to study only the things that were important, either from clinical perspective or from exams perspective, and we used to leave a lot of other things. हम लोग 5 साल का 10 years का previous questions देखते हैं कि इस particular chapter से क्या क्या questions आते हैं, and we prepared it that way. Every one of us do that. So your BHMS knowledge is gonna help you now. Say if you have studied anatomy in your BHMS very well, then that knowledge of anatomy is gonna help you today. इसलिए हर subject का strategy अलग होगा for every other students. Your strategy for anatomy or for medicine might be very different from my strategy. Point number 3 is test series. Appear in test. Build this habit of giving test right from today. Whether you have prepared that topic or you haven't prepared, appear in test. So one good strategy that you can build is, even before you are taught in the class about a particular topic, you solve MCQs on that topic, whether you understand or you don't understand. This will give you an idea कि इस particular topic से किस type के questions आते हैं, किस type के MCQs बनते हैं from this particular topic. So when you are being taught in the class, when you are preparing that topic on your own after the class from study material, from lectures, you already have a base idea कि अच्छा, I have seen MCQ from this particular point, I have seen MCQ from this particular line. So these things will hit your mind, and from the very beginning you are training your mind, you're training yourself to see things in MCQ perspective. The next thing that you need to do is understand the exam first. Understand the paper, the nature of paper. How will you do that? Go through previous 5 years, 7 years papers of AIPGT and try to analyze के किस तरह के क्वेश्चंस पूछे जाते हैं, क्या स्टैंडर्ड होता है क्वेश्चंस का, एंड ट्राई टू अंडरस्टैंड द एवोल्यूशन ऑफ क्वेश्चन, द एवोल्यूशन ऑफ पेपर इन AIPGT. लाइक प्रीवियसली direct questions, there were more and more direct questions in AIPGT, but recently this pattern is already changing. के number of direct questions are getting less and less, and match the following or statement type or assertion reasoning, number of these kind of questions are increasing. जैसे AIPG 2022 अगर मैं इसी एग्जाम की बात करूं, there were around 69 to 70 direct questions and the rest of 50 questions were true and false reasoning, statement, assertion reasoning, ये सब type के questions थे. Now the problem with these kind of questions is that first of all these questions will waste your time. बिकॉज इसका एक कोई डायरेक्ट तो आंसर है नहीं, डायरेक्ट तो है नहीं कि क्वेश्चन पढ़ा, ऑप्शन देखा, आंसर मार्क किया. सेकेंड ऑफ ऑल, दीज क्वेश्चंस विल वांट फ्रॉम यू मोर नॉलेज, बिकॉज एक क्वेश्चन का एक आंसर जानना इज नॉट सफिशिएंट. इफ यू आर डूइंग मैच द फॉलोइंग, देन एटलीस्ट 3 तो यू मस्ट बी नोइंग. सो आई वुड सजेस्ट यू सॉल्व दीज डायरेक्ट क्वेश्चंस. सपोज 70 डायरेक्ट क्वेश्चंस ही मान के चलते हैं, तो यू शुड बी एबल टू सॉल्व 70 डायरेक्ट क्वेश्चंस विद इन 45 minutes. And the remaining 1 hour 15 minutes, utilize this time in solving these kind of indirect questions. So when you are appearing in an online test in your coaching, try to manage your time according to this strategy. Now talking about subjects, I won't be discussing in depth on each and every subject, but very superficially I want to say that in physiopathomedicine you study according to the system. See, you are not in your BHMS anymore. So now when you are studying, say if you are studying respiratory system, if you are studying CVS, study the physiology part of that. On the same note, study the patho part of that and study the medicine part of that. So that one system you are completing and putting it aside. You are solving all MCQs, because in physiopathomedicine, MCQs are usually jumbled. They are usually interconnected. In many cases, you won't be able to say whether this MCQ from CVS is from physiology part, or it is from medicine part, or it is from pathology part. This differentiation is not very clear. So it is better you study system wise directly in physiopathomedicine. And one thing I forgot to mention is you have 8 major allied subjects and 4 homeopathy subjects. So for these 8 major allied subjects, so in your exam you can expect around 55% of questions from these allied subjects, and 45% questions will be from your homeopathy subjects. And this physiopathomedicine, you will get maximum number of questions from just these 3 subjects. You can expect around 20 to 30 questions. So you cannot afford to neglect these subjects. Now, few things about Materia Medica. how should be your strategy, what books to study, how to study. I have already made this video. You can check this video. You can find the link of the video in the description. But the thing is that you are following Allen and Borick. Allen and Borick maybe na. Don't only think that the medicines that are in your syllabus, questions will be asked from that, because this is not the case. The medicines that might or might not be in your syllabus, but questions can get picked. Question can get asked from those drugs if that drug is either clinically important. So the question is, who will guide you this? कि कौन सा ड्रग क्लिनिकली इंपॉर्टेंट है, सिलेबस में नहीं है, बट फिर भी क्वेश्चन आ सकता है. योर कोचिंग सेंटर इज सपोज टू प्रोवाइड यू टू गाइड यू ऑन दीज काइंड ऑफ थिंग्स. सो वॉच दैट वीडियो and probably everything on materia medica, all doubts you have on materia medica will be solved. Next is organon of medicine. In organon of medicine, you have to, before you move on to the aphorisms, before you get into the aphorism, first thing keep in mind कि organon को R.E. Dudgeon के translation से ही पढ़ना है. There is no reference book, कोई source book नहीं. BHMS में हम लोग बहुत सारे sources books पढ़ते थे, AKD पढ़ते थे, that is a very nice book, but those books aren't gonna help you solve MCQs now. Next is कि before you move on to the actual text of organon, before you move on to the aphorisms, there are few things that are very important and questions usually get picked every year. सबसे पहला introduction and preface, and even before that life history of Hahnemann. Next is different points regarding different editions. कौन सा edition कब आया, कौन उसका publisher था, where from that publication was published, what was introduced in those editions. So these things are very important. Fourth is appendix. At the end, after your text, the end portion of organon is appendix. Question gets asked from those portions as well. And then lastly, the important thing is your text, which is aphorisms. And aphorisms may know that there are location based questions and concept based questions. जैसे कि accessory circumstances. Where is it mentioned? In which aphorism? Aphorism 5, 18, 81. I mean, these kind of things. This is location based question. And concept based questions. Okay, all of these things are examples of accessory circumstance except. So when you are studying aphorisms, always keep in mind that these two kind of questions can be made. Concept based and location based. जैसे कि अभी AIPGD 2022 में एक ब्रूसो का एक क्वेश्चन आया कि what was the method that Brusso used? Blood leaching किसका मेथड था? That was the question. तो that was concept based question. यही अगर क्वेश्चन होता कि ये कहाँ पे mentioned है, so that would have been a location based question. After aphorisms, you have to study few philosophies. Kant's philosophy, Robert's philosophy, Stuart Close's philosophy. And lastly, you have to study chronic disease also, because that is also very important. कुछ MCQs वहाँ से भी pick होते हैं. Next few things about repertory. So study the evolution part of repertory. Then you have to study the rubric hunting very nicely and single medicine. Just go through this AIPGD 2022 paper. You will find so many questions from repertory on these pattern. जैसे beard इस Kent repertory में कहाँ मिलेगा, BTBB में कहाँ मिलेगा, BBCR में कहाँ मिलेगा, rubric hunting. You will find basically these kind of questions in repertory. And lastly, I want to tell few things about which books to follow. And basically there are two kinds of books that you will be following. One is your textbook and the other one is your MCQ books. So for textbooks, follow the book that you have been studying in the last 5 years in your BHMS, in your college, the book that has been prescribed by your university. But for MCQ books, there are so many books that you can follow. There is one SARP series that is a very nice book that you can follow for MCQs, or for MCQs you can follow PG+, Rome's, Mudit Khanna. These kind of books, these books will definitely help you a lot. Because see, textbooks जो हम लोग जो पढ़ते हैं ना, those are not the orientation for MCQs. Those books have the orientation for BHMS exams. लेकिन the MCQ books that I am saying, these are MCQ oriented books. So I think the video has already gotten too long, and I wanted to keep the video as compact, as knowledgeable as possible. And these were the things that I wanted to discuss in the video. Another thing, that if you want me to make a preparation chart, okay, in the next 8 months में, like I have done this earlier for UPSC exams, के what will be 8 months strategy, के what are the मैंने किस मंथ में कौन सा सब्जेक्ट पढ़ना चाहिए, उसको फिर रिवाइज कब करना चाहिए. Means if you want me to make this kind of a video, then let me know by writing in the comment section below. And one more thing, do like this video and comment your thoughts on the video in the comment section below, because these are the only things that gives me motivation to make such videos for you. Share this video with your friend if you think that will be helpful, and I'll see you in the next video.